It's the big one. It's England versus Sweden Women's European 2022 semi-final. Can we go one better than the men and win it? We've got to get to the final first. Come on, you lionesses.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on and ready to go. You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester till
I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And it's live.
Well, I think I'm alive. I'm here. Good evening, one and all. How are you? It is the big one. As usual with England, we have a little bit earlier start, 7:30. It's all getting rather exciting, isn't it? Please do one thing for me. Well, do more than one thing for me, but start off. If you do like the old retro shirts, I've got this one here, which I've got all my England retro shirts. In fact, I got from 3retro.com. They are supporting all of Leicester Till I Die's Women's Euros 2022. Give them a follow, a like. They've got England shirts. They've got Premier League, Championship, Barcelona, continental teams. They've got everything. They're your number one shop. Indeed. 3retro.com. All the W's, 3 as in the number 3retro.com. And as I say, quote Leicester Till I Die. Say we sent you there. How the devil are you all? Welcome along. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Please do what it says there. If you haven't yet, give us a subscribe and smash those likes. It does help with the old algorithms. And at my age, anything that can help with the old algorithms, it's a good one. We've got a couple of people in. Anthony, welcome along, sir. All the way. It's coming home. Well, it is. Technically, it is home. It just wants to be delivered. And let's hope we're in when it will be delivered. Otherwise, it'll be dropped off in Scotland or Wales. I'm saying nothing else. James, good evening, sir. How the devil are you? Welcome along. Thank you for popping in. And as he says there, please do hit the likes and subscribes. It does mean a lot. We've got to this stage already. I've got to be honest with you, it has flown past. I felt a bit funny here, I'm not going to lie, because I started off, and I've not really been into sort of, women's football much. Yeah, Leicester got promoted last season. We managed to stay up against all the odds. But you know what? I didn't get into it. I didn't watch it. And I started to watch this. What did England's opening game against Austria? And I thought, hang on a minute. This isn't half bad, this, Yes, there's been some duff games along the way, but isn't there Dove games in men's football as well? You know, and the only compliment I can give it is that I've got into it so much that I've got annoyed when maybe wrong decisions are being taken by the strikers. They shot when they could have passed. They just shot straight at the wall. And that's a compliment because I've got into it, I can say, that much. But we have to accept that they are that, you know, so far behind the men's game. But it will be catching up. I mean, the BBC are covering this tournament. Sky are covering the WSL again next season. They covered it last season. And we will be doing 8 o'clock Monday with Lou and myself and Maisie from Devils United. We will be doing a WSL review show. So on a Monday night, it is our review night. Obviously, unless Leicester are playing, we're going to have the EPL review at 7 and the WSL review at 9. So it's a night of reviews. So let's have a look. As James says here, quite right. Yep, it has flown by this tournament. I've really enjoyed it. Me too. I think I just need to come up a bit higher. There we go. I was slowly sinking. It's my weight. Let's have a look how we got here, shall we? Well, England, of course, were in Group A. We opened up with a 1-0 win against Austria, which I think having watched England, well, I didn't watch it, but having seen that England beat Netherlands, who were the holders, let's be honest with you, 5-1, you know, because we've hosting it, so we didn't have any qualifiers to play for. And doing that a couple of weeks before the tournament itself, I'm thinking, and I thought 1-0 was maybe a little bit harsh, you know, and maybe we should have got more. But then again, when you look at it, you know, Austria were actually the last. Well, it was 5 years ago, obviously because of COVID. It should have been. This should have taken place last year. Austria was semi-finalists, so maybe it wasn't that, you know, surprising. And then, of course, Norway, who I thought were going to be our biggest rivals in this group. It's 8. You know, we went and beat them 8-0. And just where that came from, I don't know. And I remember saying to my son, and I say this all the time, sorry, Anthony, but I'm going to talk about beating Southampton 9-0 here. At 5-0 at half-time, teams will either do one of two things. They'll either sit on it and say, well, that's all we've done, as France did in their first game, 5 up at half-time and say, yeah, we don't need to do it. And I get that because it's tournament football and you've got another game coming up in 4 days' time. But they didn't. They went on and they won 8-0 against Norway, who were seen as the main, you know, rivals to England in this group. And then, of course, we came and we played Northern Ireland, all British, last game, and we beat them 5-0. And to be fair to Northern Ireland, as Lou will tell you, they only turned professional sort of, well, January, I believe it was. So, you know, for them, just getting to the finals itself. So I just sending Lou a message. Getting to the finals itself was a great thing. It really was. So that is how England got here. What about Sweden? Now, Sweden, well, England are 8th in FIFA rankings. And that's the other thing I think you've got to remember. When you look at this, I look at this and think, what are Sweden doing at number 2? You know, they're Sweden. They should be maybe 10th or 11th. And why are Portugal so far down? You know, they should be higher. But you've got to stop thinking of it as and comparing it to the men's. You can't compare it to the men's at all. It is a different game. Well, Sweden started off. They played the holders, Netherlands, in their first game, and that was a tight affair. And it was 1-1. Following Portugal and Switzerland's 2-2 win just before, it was a bit of a slow start for that group. Sweden then went to Switzerland. Well, didn't go to Switzerland, of course. They played Switzerland and came out 2-1 winners. But by God, did Switzerland make them play for it? Don't have Johnny watching it. I said, yep, there we go. 1-0 to Sweden. Switzerland responded within 10 minutes, and then Sweden got a goal at the end. And then Sweden came to Portugal. Well, as I say, I don't think a more one-sided game I've seen in a long time. Well, I'll tell you what, the last time I saw a one-sided game like this, Hungary men beat England men 4-0. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Leicester, and I don't want to talk on Leicester. We did a separate show early, but Leicester last season, we were doing a lot because of the injuries. We were doing a lot of zonal marking at the back. Ravi's just popped in. Thank you very much. Yo, Chris, liking the setup, man. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. But Leicester did a lot of zonal marking at the back. We were crap at it. From every corner we conceded. Now, Portugal were playing zonal defending. There was a difference, though. Leicester at least attempted to pick players up. Portugal, they said, this is my square, and I'm standing here. And at one point, I saw a Portuguese defender with 2 Swedish strikers behind her that nobody was marking. But it was in her zone. The ball came in, jumped up, headed it in. It was a goal. Thank you very much. Good night, Vienna. Or in this case, Lisbon. Sweden actually... every time they got a free kick or a corner, they looked like scoring. It was so one-sided because we were doing that as the watch-alongs. We thought, myself and Craig, we thought that's going to be the main game. No. It was not the main. We actually switched over at half-time to watch Switzerland-Netherlands, which, again, I mean, it was 4-1, but up until the last 10 minutes... it was 1-1. I mean, the last 5 minutes, I think it was 5 minutes in injury time. And you've got to look at those games and go, well, it isn't over. As Charlotte, who usually pops in, says it isn't over until it's over. And she was right. 1-1 with about 97 minutes on the clock. It was 4-1 to the Netherlands. So that is how they got there, to be honest with you. Tonight is the night. Come on, Sweden, says Mike. How dare you, sir? How dare you? And I hope you're well. Ravi says, Chris, you had me in stitches when you had the soundbite of Maisie's laugh. I'm sure it will appear again at some point tonight. You know what we like for jokes on this channel? Yeah, we're awful at them. Yeah. Mike, how are you doing? How are you doing, Mike? I hope you're well, sir. Spoke to you earlier, of course, in the Arsenal fans chat. I love going on an Arsenal fans chat and causing trouble. Actually, Lucas wasn't too bad. Stevens, I wanted to slit my wrists after watch the end of it. We don't recommend you do that, but we do. It was honestly depressing. You just go in there and they just moan and moan and moan and moan and moan. Chris, are you getting Brad in for the final? And you can no, we're not doing no. We're sticking with Lou. Lou is our women's correspondent. Brad doesn't like watch-alongs, in fairness, so no, we won't be doing that. Black's Genius is going to win it at the end for Sweden 2-1. Well, we'll see. Would you like a little wager on that, young Michael? Ravi, Mike, you're not chilling with Luca. He was earlier. So let's have a look at the teams. Here we go. Let us have a look and bring that up. So, and then if I get the right overlay, it helps. There we go. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? Do you know what? I did all the artwork last night, and it was very, very late. I was very, very tired, and I realised, having spent ages doing it all, I'd done England versus Spain again. Like, hello. I don't know. I don't know what that is meant to be meant to say about me. I might just, I'm not sure, Louise, whether she's going to be coming on or not. So I might be looking for a backup co-commentator if anybody is interested. I think she might be coming on, but if she doesn't, if anybody fancies it, just let know and I'll message you if she doesn't come on. So those are the two teams. England have gone 4-2-3-1. Sweden, as normal, go 4-3-3. And looking at the England team there, and don't worry about the graphic, whether we're playing right to left or left to right in real life. It all just does it one way for the whole 90 minutes on here. So Earps is in goal. Daly is on the left back position. Williamson, who's captain, and Bright are the two centre backs, and Bronze is the right back. The two midfielders, defensive midfielders, are Walsh and Stanway. And then you've got Hemp, Kirby, and Mead across the middle, and White as the striker up front, who, let's be honest with you, she didn't have the best of games against Sweden. And my God, did Weigmann, the manager, make a tough call. Taking off White and Mead in that game. I mean, that's the equivalent of taking Kane, I don't know, Kane and Grealish off or something like that. What a call. All credit to her. She did it. She called it and got it right. She got it right. And there is Sweden's. I'm not going to go through all the names. You know what I'm like with pronunciations. You see, I can't even say pronunciation right, can I? But they got there the 4-3-3 with the captain Aslani in central midfield. So it's going to be interesting as to how that's going to work out. What do we think? I mean, you know, we've always said it with the men's team. Oh, you know, we've tried it with foreign managers. It hasn't worked, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Sven got us to, in fairness, Sven probably the best English manager, third to Southgate and Alf Ramsey. He did get us to some quarterfinals, which, like it or hate it, was better than we had been doing. But let's have a look at some stats. You know me, I always like a good stat. This is the 28th match out of 31. And we've seen 85 goals. Wow. That's not bad. That's not bad in 28 games, is it? That's over 2 a game. I think England have mainly added to that. Just bear with me. I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. Just while I am gone. Here she is now, Lou. Here we go. Let's bring her in. I say, hello, Lou.
Sorry, I've been working.
No, not to worry at all. I was just about to line up a standby, but you came on as a late sub, just in time. You were like an England substitution. So just saying, 85 goals. It's 3.04 goals a match, and it's a goal every 30 minutes. That's not been a bad tournament, has it?
No, I mean, the goal scoring for me has not really been the problem. The going forward hasn't been the problem. If there has been a problem, which, you know, it's hard to say there's been any problem for a team that's got to the semi-finals, but defensively they've been weaker than going up front. And when you've got players like Frank Kirby, Ellen White, and then obviously the substitutes have also, you know, put in goals. I don't feel worried by it. I think England will score tonight, and if they get through to the final, I think they'll score then as well.
Yes, I mean, just looking at sort of, as I say, the performances so far, and I won't go through it again, but I just went through sort of how the teams sort of got through the groups. But England have scored 16 goals. Sweden have scored 9. Obviously, Sweden, to a point, do you think they're favourites going into this? They're second in the FIFA ranking. We're 8th.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how you want to look at it. At the end of the day, it's a one-off game. So either team, you know, it's a 50-50 chance. It's how you play on the day that counts. But yes, I suppose due to the rankings, you would probably put Sweden probably as favourites.
Yeah. And just looking then at possession, and I know possession is probably one of the least important stats, but Spain have had the most possession. England second with 58%. Sweden not even in the top 6 of keeping possession, and they haven't got possession. You would say, well, they can't do anything, but of course they have got to this stage. We've seen how they can sort of get last minute goals. Passing accuracy, England are second to Spain again. Sweden are nowhere in the top 6. So on paper, and I know football's not paid on paper, obviously. But it's looking good for England. Well, I just see it. I think Beth Mead has got the most goals in the tournament and the most assists as well.
Yeah, she's had a stunning tournament, and obviously we need that to continue if we are going to get to this final. But yeah, she's just. I think certain players just have a tournament where they're just on fire, and that's what she's been. And obviously scoring goals, but not only scoring them, but making them as well, which obviously is just as important.
Yes, yeah. I've just found it here. Beth Mead 5 goals ahead of Poop of Germany, and assists 3 along equal with Kirby, and also Aslaney from Sweden, obviously, who's playing tonight, the captain, and ahead of Walsh. So we've actually got 3 in the top 6 for assists. So
people don't always talk about assists, especially in tournaments. It's always about the actual goal scorers, but obviously putting that ball in is just as as important as putting it in the back of the net. And what I love about the English team so far is that, yes, okay, Mead has obviously been the leader in the goal scoring terms, but a lot of players have scored. So it's been a real team effort with those 16 goals so far. It's been a team effort. Lots of players have scored. I'm not entirely sure how many different players, but it's not been down to one player.
I don't know if I've got that information at my fingertips. Let me have a look. England have scored 16 goals. Here we go. Then talk about stat man. 8 of them have been with the right foot. 3 of them have been with the left foot. 3 have been with the head. Now, this is the interesting thing. 1 has been with something else completely other. So I don't know what's left to score with. Maybe the knee. Let's be generous and say the knee. 12 from inside the area. 2 from outside the area, and of course 1 penalty on that one. So, but it doesn't give me anything more about that, about who scored. I don't think. Let me have a look if I go down here. Key stats. It's amazing what you can get off UEFA.com. No, we've only had 1 yellow card. We've committed 33 fouls, but we've had 38 against us. Conceded the 1 goal. I can't split it down into more than those top 3 that I said had scored. So it is all looking good. I'm going to go for a 2-1 England win. But I think it will possibly be after extra time.
Yeah, I mean,
James has agreed with me.
That is a distinct possibility, because obviously we are getting into the latter end of the tournament. You're getting up against best teams, but I think England will win 3-1. But I think they'll score in the last 5 minutes to get that 3rd goal.
So 2-1, 3-1, and 2-1. Anybody else got their predictions in the chat? Feel free to pop them in. They're all doing the fist bumps now. It's quite interesting because, in a way, the right 4 are in the semi-finals, because the 4 teams that top the group are all in the semi-final.
Yeah, and when you look at the teams that are left, it's hard. It's getting harder and harder to decide who's going to win. Obviously,
Yeah.
we think England because we're English, but in the next semi-final, you know, it'll be hard to say who we think is going to win.
Yeah.
And it does just come down to who plays the best on the day.
Yes.
Both teams are capable of beating each other, and that'll be the same in the other semi-final as well.
Indeed. David, good evening. How the devil are you? How is the wife? Is she still crying, or has she got over Belgium going out yet? Remember, if you're in the chat, let us know your score predictions. So far, myself and James have gone 2-1. Lou has gone 3-1. I did say after extra time that they're going to put us through it again. But did you see the last France game?
Me? No.
Oh, I've got to be honest with you. I'm sounding like Anthony says that a lot now. I can't do it in a Bristol accent though. I've got to be honest with you. France did not impress me at all.
Well, that's good. Because if my predictions are right, that'll be the final. Especially them will be the final. So
I tell you what, I prefer you predicting. I had Doug on last night predicting the World Cup. We did Group H of the World Cup, and we took it all the way to the end. I mean, he set up the way that he picked it. He set up some great games. If that comes true, what he said, we're going to have the best World Cup ever. But he did say that England got knocked out by Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Which I didn't kind of, But anyway, he said we'd beat Holland. But
anything can happen.
Yes.
England men, anything can happen.
It can indeed. So get comfy, pull your chair up, because here we go. We're just awaiting kickoff. This is Leicester Till I Die TV, and this is the watch along. And please do give us a subscribe. Oh, they're taking the knee, which is nice to see.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Please subscribe now on YouTube. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Please subscribe now on YouTube.
And we're off. England are playing left to right. Was it Sweden that kicked off? I missed that.
Yes.
Yeah. So England in all white. We've gone back to white socks for this game. Sweden straight away. Oh! Wow. That was an early warning, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And that's where I say, you've got to get that kind of right.
Yes.
Between going forward and remembering that you've got to defend as well.
Yeah. David said here, Mrs. Burton's gotten over it, hopes England win it. Well done, Mrs. Burton. There's a goal kick to England. Wow, that I tell you what, it was a nice move by Sweden, though.
Yeah. I mean, they're obviously a very good side, so.
But again, when I saw their quarterfinals, I actually said, how is this team actually second in the world? They didn't impress me.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you do what you've got to do to win the game, just like England did. And if you're not being forced to play your best, then maybe you just don't. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Like, if the other team is forcing you to play, it's playing better, then you can go up that level. Whereas maybe they just didn't need to.
Yeah. In fairness, possibly.
They got to this semi, so. And if they can do that, not playing their best, then that's actually quite scary if you think about it. So
just to warn you, don't take your eyes off it, because in the first 15 minutes we've had 14 goals. Okay. Oh, I could be John Motson. I've got all the facts and figures here ready. Oh, Beth Mead's favourite takeaway is. I'm on 2 minutes 23, Lou. I don't know what you're on.
I'm on 3:27.
So you're a minute ahead, right? Okay.
Yeah, which is better than usual.
To be honest with you, I just go with the flow now.
Just
not-
just stop worrying about it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I can't even get worried now if Sweden have an attack. 'Cause if you don't moan or groan, I know they've not scored. So, it's actually in some ways it's nicer. But no, I don't. We know, like I said, you can spend absolutely ages trying to line it up, and you never will. But here we go. England down the far side, right to left. No, left to right, sorry. What can she do with this? She's being crowded out. She gets the ball over. That's a corner. She had nobody really close by to help her, was there?
No.
No. David's gone 2-1 England. That seems to be a popular choice.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've got no reason to doubt this game's not going to be close, but last time I said that we won 4-0, so.
Yes. Oh, shows what we know, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's just sport in general, isn't it? And that's why we love it, because you can never really predict it. Like,
No. Oh, headed just wide there. Ooh. I must admit, I'm actually sat here a little bit nervous.
yeah, I mean, it's knockout football, so, there is no second chances on it, and that's what makes it, exciting and a bit, like you say, scary. It only takes, a bad decision by the ref or, a mistake at the back, and it can cost you the whole tournament. So
yes, it can.
oh, well,
Sweden are breaking away. Oh, she didn't quite get a foot on it there. The Swedish striker. It's good. It's been good to see the coverage that it's been getting on the news and everything, isn't it, as well?
yeah, and I think obviously it helps with the tournament being in England, but I think just the general, I don't know, just it's majority of it is positive, and you still see a bit of it online. It's not as good as the men's football, and it's comparing it to the men's all the time instead of just taking it for what it actually is.
You have to. I said this at the start. You have to stop comparing it to the men's.
It's nothing. It's in theory, it's a totally different game. Not just the the amount of money, but how they play. And you know what? It isn't. The standard isn't the same. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it is. It's in the whole tournament.
Mm.
The teams that have got through to these semi-finals are teams that you expected to get there. On the whole,
yes. Yeah.
So there's not been really many surprises, considering the like I say, he's got to the semi-final. But the games have been good, and there's been some really good performances. And people who don't watch the women's game are still talking about it like it was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I would have agreed with them. The standard wasn't there. Now, actually, it's got.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, I don't know who the English player was there, but she did a Cruyff-like turn on the Swede and went past her. I do apologise. It was a lovely move.
And they're still their thoughts are still from 15 years ago.
Yes.
And you know, that's what I say. Well, when was the last time you watched, you know, the women's game? When was the last time you actually
Oh,
watched the match?
they're in. Oh, will that go out for a corner?
Oh,
I think it has done. Not sure that was going wide, whether she needed to actually make the save or not, but it is that she did, and that's, you know, she wasn't taking any chances. Yeah, it might have sneaked in. Yeah, I mean, I said at the start that, you know, the biggest compliment I can give there is the fact that I've got into it so much that I'm actually moaning about it. You know, it's
yeah.
like, why didn't you score that? Why didn't you score that? And I say I do mean that as a compliment. Oh, Scheiße! Oh my God! They hit the crossbar. You didn't moan for that, did you, Lou? You didn't warn me that was coming. Oh dear! Wow. Do we get away with one there? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the goalkeeper's come out. I'm not sure how much she's actually got on it, but it didn't go in, so we just count ourselves a little lucky there.
Yes. Let's hope Lady Luck is with us for the rest of the evening as well.
Let's hope so, yeah.
Fingers crossed. So, coming up to the first 10 minutes. England looking a bit nervous, do you think, Lou?
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of a reoccurring theme is that they've not started particularly well in games, which is a worry going into this, obviously this match, and if we make it to the final. But
yeah,
I mean, so far so good. It's still 0-0, and they seem to be getting on the ball quite a bit. They just need to watch at the back and just care for it a bit more when they get it. Not panic so much.
An early goal would, of course, settle us down, but that's stating the obvious, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's the same for both sides, isn't it? You know,
Yes.
it settled the Swedish down as well. So I think the first goal in this game could.
That was a wild one there. Sorry, she didn't connect with that well at all. The England number 10.
I think the first goal was going to be quite important because it will settle down the team that gets it. I don't think it's necessarily the team that will win the game, but it will obviously help.
Yeah. Hi, Rich. How are you, sir? How the devil are you? Welcome along. Well, it's already home, but Rich, if you're in, if we're out when it comes home, can they drop it off at Wales for us? Drop it off next door. Rich, out of interest, I mean, and this is a serious question here, Rich. How is sort of Welsh ladies football progressing? We've seen Northern Ireland obviously qualify for these games, which was a great boost for them, and obviously will help the sport in Northern Ireland as well. How are the Welsh women's doing? Oh, a long cross there from Sweden. Oh God! If you'd told me 2 weeks ago that I'd be sat here losing my breath at the England nearly conceding, I would not have believed you. Rich is being honest here. He said he's no idea. At least you're honest, Rich. At least you're honest. Ali, good evening from America. How the devil are you? Sending all the positive energy to England. Nice one, Ali. Nice one. They've said it's fast-paced. All I know is they didn't qualify. I just wondered sort of whether they were close or not. Side net in there for Sweden. I've got to be honest with you, it's a little bit all Sweden at the moment. By the look of it.
Yeah, England just needs to get it for a bit and just keep it, try and pass it around a bit, get comfortable back on the ball.
Yeah, they've got 2/3 of the possession. Have Sweden, but we've both had a shot on goal. For those of you that know how to work these things out, the expected goals, the XG, it's 0.13 for England and 0.20 for Sweden. And I don't even bother trying to explain it to me, anybody in the chat, because I've absolutely no idea what it means.
Oh.
Oh, glad you applauded at the end of that. I am following this game by the noises that come out of Lou's screen here. So, Rich, your Man United ladies team is well good though, isn't it? Is that a top 3, top 4 side in the WSL? Oh, this is a good move. I'm probably just going to see the bit that you were applauding at. A chip in the box. Oh. How did that go behind where she was heading that from the Swedish defender? It was a good cross, wasn't it? It was a good cross in from Beth Mead.
Yeah, I mean, it's in that little, what they call a corridor, isn't it? Where she's not sure really what to do. And if she had missed it, there was England players lurking to put it in the net, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, and I don't think that the Swedish goalkeeper and defender were necessarily talking to themselves.
No, I don't think there was much communication going on. No.
David says he thinks the Swedes will score first. Corner. And it's out for a goal kick. And the thing is, you've got to say with this England team, you know, as you're watching it now, let's not panic. This is almost panning out a little bit like the Spanish game, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I say, you get into the later stages of the tournament now. You're going to come against, you know, better teams where you're not going to maybe have so much of the ball, where you are going to have to take your chances when you get them, and you know, you've just got to keep doing the right things, knowing that those chances are going to come, and knowing that eventually you will take one and score.
Just out of interest, David said that the Swedes will score first. Just see if anything comes of this attack. No, all cut out by the England defender. On my website information, after 16,806 votes, 64% think England will score next, 25% think Sweden will, and 11% think it'll be a score. A draw, sorry, a score. I think it'll be a draw. So, thing is, it can't be a draw.
Well, no, it'll obviously go to penalties if it's a draw. But
I don't think I could put up with penalties.
it can be a draw at full time, and then obviously go to penalties after he wins. But
so it's another Swedish corner. Looks like the captain's going to take it. So Bramall Lane looks fairly well. It is full, I think, isn't it? Looking at it.
Yeah, I can't see any empty seats, so that's really good. You know that a lot of these games have been sold out, and it's just a good thing. It's good for English football as a whole because it's putting us on the international stage to actually maybe get some of the men's tournaments, which we've not had much success in actually bidding for in the last so many years. The love for football is there. The stadiums are already there. Like for England to hold a tournament, it's not any work because it's all there ready for them.
And I do think
stadium-wise, and
what annoys me is that there's countries like next World Cup for the men's is Mexico, USA, and Canada. This will be the third time that Mexico have had it. I mean, and then you've got teams like we've had it once. Portugal haven't had it at all. Peru haven't had it at all. There's a lot of countries that haven't had it, and yet they go. But I suppose these countries, they've got to bid for it. I suppose, and if you're not bidding for it, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, and also, these countries have to want it. Peru is relatively small. Can they financially afford to do what they would have to do? So there's those kind of things. But yeah, I mean, it goes by continent, doesn't it? It goes to Europe, Africa, North America, South
and
America.
I think we're going to be seeing more. I think of the like next time, the three countries all hosting it together. I think we're going to see more of multi-country hosting. I'm not sure whether the Euros worked particularly well in all the different countries, but
I mean, it's not ideal for fans if your country ends up in two different countries, because you've then got to pay more for travel. But I think you will, purely because of the financial situation of the world at the minute. It's not brilliant, countries like you say, and it's different for England because we've already got that. Like I say, we've already got the stadiums. We haven't got to build anything. No, the final would be at Wembley. You'd have Old Trafford, you'd have Anfield, you'd have Villa Park. They're already there. So that's where we're at an advantage when it comes to bidding for these things. But, we won't get it until UEFA's less corrupt.
No, well, of course, no. I mean, according to the Swedes, they're not, but there be it. So coming up to 20 minutes. It's still England in all white, 0. Sweden in yellow tops, blue shorts, and yellow socks, 0 as well. It's turning into a bit of a game of chess, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stick or twist, isn't it? It's always that difficult decision.
Yes. Let's just have a look. So it's still England, but actually, no, it's now England have got all the possession.
Yeah, I think it's kind of seesawing, and I think it will do throughout the game. I don't see one team having the majority, in big numbers of the possession, because the other side's, equally as good as they are. So when they do get it, they're going to keep it just the same.
Yes. We've defended well. We're looking like we're defending well, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's too many crosses coming in for my liking, but so far they've kept it out. And as long as they do that, that's as good as it needs to be, isn't it? As long as it doesn't go in.
And 3 shots to us, 5 to them. So it's pretty even, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think Sweden had the best of the early going, and both sides giving it away a little bit, which is not ideal for them.
No. I was going to say, I'm sure I'm getting Alzheimer's. I forget what I was going to say. It obviously wasn't important. Now it's updated 6-5. I can't believe that what the BBC is showing on the screen is completely different to what they're showing on the website when it comes to stats.
Oh,
You're making me look silly.
oh,
So chip in here from Sweden. Oh, what a good tackle. That would have been very easy for a penalty to be given away there. But yeah, I think it was a good tackle. If we've got any Leicester fans in, just to say, don't forget Thursday at 7:00. I'll be talking to Jordan Blackwell, the chief Leicester City correspondent with the Leicester Mercury and their website, Leicestershire Live. So get your questions in via Twitter or from Facebook group. There's a post in each group. Add your questions in there. Anything on transfers, the stadium, whatever you want to ask him. He said he's happy to answer all your questions at 7:00 on Thursday. So it breaks down. It's now with Sweden. Yeah, thank you, James. Appreciate that. If you are watching this, I don't think you're going to be short of channels to choose from on on YouTube tonight. I think everybody and the dogs covering this match.
as there should be.
Indeed. Again, that's another thing that's nice to see, that the YouTubers are getting behind it.
Yeah, I think it's just a different. I suppose it's because England have got better as well. More people are going to watch a team that's more likely to win than a team that's less likely to win.
Yeah,
we all have that, but just the attitude towards the women's game on the whole has just completely changed.
yes,
and that comes with respect of Sky and showing the games. That means people can watch it, and that just has the knock-on effect. So it never be underestimated how much like Sky showing these matches has changed people's opinions.
And I mean, this one here, 25 minutes gone, 0-0. It's not a boring 0-0.
No.
And it isn't like those, the games we've been seeing where one team's totally and utterly dominated.
No.
And, we have seen that in a few games. And again, it's no different. You get that in a men's tournament. You get a couple of games that aren't particularly very good. And
as I said before, with any tournament, I think the group stages, you can get that. You can get games that are one-sided when you get to either the 16 for the men or the semis quarters for the women. That's when you start to see the more even games, because obviously the better teams have got through. So
yes, yeah. This apparently, I think it's the fourth semi-final and a trot we've been in. And we've never got further than this. Have a look at Sweden. I mean, Sweden, they've got to go back to 1984 when they won it, Sweden. That's a free kick. Yeah, pulled it down. Yeah, 1984 Sweden won it. But in the last tournament 5 years ago, they actually got to the quarters, so they've gone one better this time round. Doug, welcome along, sir. How the devil are you? Well, I hope. I've got all your predictions for the World Cup down here, mate. So when we do ours next week, I can compare. What scoreline are you going for, Doug? They... So Sweden have actually been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's been 8 semi-finals at the Women's Euro, Sweden.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Doug says 2-0 England through gritted teeth. Spoken like a true Scotsman, sir.
Just trying to jinx us.
Yeah. Oh no! In fairness, Mike was in earlier, and he went for Sweden win, but then again, he's Wales and he hates England. At least we're not playing Mexico, James. Doug. Did we host it? Did we host the Euros in 2005? We must have done. Because the semi-final was in Warrington, so unless they've got a Warrington somewhere else. But
no, I'm sure that's...
Yeah. In 84, it was a two-legged affair. It was 5-3 on aggregate to Sweden. They beat Italy. In 87, oh, here we go. In 87, they beat England, would you believe? 3-2 in 1987 in the semi-finals. In 89, they lost to Norway. In 95, again, it was another two-legged affair for some reason. And they played Norway, and they beat them 7-5. They lost to Germany 1-0 in 97. They beat Sweden 1-0 in 2001. And they beat they beat Denmark. Sorry, how can Sweden beat Sweden? Sweden beat Denmark in 2001. No wonder they won. They were playing themselves. That's a bit unfair. In 2005, Norway beat them 3-2 after extra time. And then in 2013, Germany beat them 1-0. So, yeah, I mean, they've certainly got the pedigree, haven't they?
Yeah, that's it. And again, it's difficult to like. It's not because they don't do well in the men's game. For me, it's that, well, they're a small nation. So to do that, when you've got the likes of Germany and Holland, all those kind of bigger countries, is very, very impressive.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
I mean, the game obviously has come on a long, long way since 84. I'm assuming it wasn't professional back then in 84 for the women. So yeah. I'm not
sure. Mr. Google hasn't told me that bit. So half an hour gone, 15 minutes left of this first half. Oh, good defending again, England. I have been impressed that, to me, England have been one of the better defensive teams in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean they're well drilled and they work really hard for each other, but I still think they give up one or two too many chances for me. Going forward, obviously the next, we're looking at the Euros now. We've got the World Cup. After that, that's when it will be really tested, when you're playing the likes of the Americans, Brazil. I would worry about the amount of chances they're giving up, but again, you can't do both. You've either got to attack or you've got to defend. And if they sit back and defend, does that then mean they don't get forward? Well, yes, probably. And so far, again, so good. It's 0-0. I can't complain too much.
No. That said, it's a free kick on the far side to Sweden. Nice ball in. Again, straight onto the head of a English defender. Good defending again. And goes out for a goal kick. As James said there, very even game as we expected.
Yeah.
I think we've got away with Doug popping in and not telling us a joke. I think we've got away with that.
Oh,
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I like the sound of that, but I didn't like the sound of the first noise.
you'll see it in a minute. You'll see why the noises were.
I'm hoping, but you're ahead even of my little graph there.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So England down the far side. Lovely through ball. What a cross. Oh, that was the all because she missed it as it came in with her foot. Comes back. Is it Beth Mead? It's a goal. It is a goal. Was it Beth Mead? Yes, it was. Who else? Come on, Diddy. There's Diddy. Oh, what a start. That was the start that we needed. Let's hope that should settle them down, shouldn't it?
Hopefully, yeah. But, they need to try and get that second one. I don't want to sound greedy as they've only just scored, but they can't sit back and defend a 1-0 lead because Sweden is too good for that. They've got to keep going forward and keep giving Sweden, worries.
Yes. It was a lovely taken. I mean, I saw why you went because she must have just missed that as it came across. But she struck that beautifully. Good attempt by the goalkeeper. But I've just seen it from behind the goal here. She may have even it hit the camera. It may even have hit, the goalkeeper may have got her fingertips to it or not. But it's the best we could have hoped for, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, as we've said in many of these games, it just changes that halftime team talk. Yeah, it just changes that.
Yeah.
And again, now they have got something to, I say sit back on. We don't want them to do that, but they've got something to defend. Now they've just got to keep it up and make sure that they don't get complacent because we've gone 1-0 up, which with this team I don't think they're going to do because I don't think the manager will allow it.
I was going to say those exact same words.
I don't think the manager will allow it. She'll get them in at half time, hopefully still 1-0 up, and tell them they've got to keep going, tell them they can't sit back on it. And I think this team is good enough to know that themselves anyway. They've been in these situations before in big games. For their clubs and for their countries, so they're not, newbies at the game.
No.
They will obviously still know how good Sweden are and that they can score in a minute, so they need to be, switched on at the back still and just do what they've been doing, really. Getting that first goal is obviously very important.
David says they're glad I was wrong. So were we. Good finish, says James. Big goal for England. Well, Sweden have now got to come at us, which obviously means that they're going to be, maybe leave themselves open at the back.
Oh.
Don't like it when you make those noises, Lou. I really don't. 1-0 to England. 36 minutes, a good time to score. And like you say, but if we can just hold out till half time.
Yeah, I think if they can obviously get a second one, by all means do, but going with a 1-0 lead at half time is obviously the right thing to do.
That didn't work. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Normally it warns me if there's going to be a swear word in it. It didn't warn me for that one. Well, it's nearly 9 o'clock. I won't be saving that one.
Oh.
So those that 68% that said that England were going to score next were correct. I mean, England haven't lost in their last 18 matches, but Sweden haven't lost in their last 16 matches.
No, like I say, you're talking about big giants of the women's game, really. So those kind of things is what you'd expect. Because what I think the women's game does suffer is you've got that top, probably 5 or 6 teams, and then those teams underneath, the likes of your Latvias and that are really not great.
No.
So yeah, I'm not surprised by those statistics as much as I would be if it was the men's side.
Going up to 40 minutes, so we're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Is that my wig man there, manager? I've only saw him once, but he was again. It might have been the Austrian manager. I don't know, but there was one manager. Like I say, his hair was definitely a different colour on the top than it was at the sides. And it was a lot thicker. It looked like a Bruce Forsyth special. For those of you that remember his thatch. Now, we've got to remember they can still be dangerous on the break, Sweden. Oh, be careful. Oh, thank God for that. So it's still England 1, Sweden 0, leading by Beth Mead's 34th minute goal. Breaking away again. That was unlucky. That was unlucky. It was a lovely pass for Ellen White to try and run on to. Do you see? Obviously, I think it's a silly question because I would imagine the answer is yes. But you see, Weigman, is it Weigman? I never know how to pronounce it. See her staying on for the World Cup?
Yes, I think I don't see why not. The only thing I can say is if she wants a different challenge, but if she wants to stay, I'm sure the FA will be more than happy to let her. At the end of the day, football is a results business just as much on the women's side as it is on the men's side.
Yes.
You've got to have the results, and so far so good. At the minute, it looks like she's taken us to our first ever final, so can't really grumble.
No. Some fans would, I'm sure. I don't think there's going to be much stoppage time at the end of this half.
No. And again, when there is a foul, you've not got a 2-minute break because someone's rolling around. So
no, you haven't.
I don't think there's too much stoppage time.
Just don't want them to do anything silly, do you, or make a mistake?
No, and that's the thing. I mean, they're going forward quite nicely at the moment. You know, they're cutting out a lot of the crosses that were coming in, so that's obviously a good thing. But yeah, just need to keep it, like I say, tightish at the back, because if it just go 1-1, then that puts you on the back foot because you've gave up that goal lead.
Yes.
And that's obviously going to give a boost to Sweden.
That was a nice crossing, but it was a bit too close to the Swedish goalkeeper.
Yeah, just like you say, a bit too close to the keeper.
We're going for the second, aren't we? We're not sitting back on this.
No, and I think that's 100% the right thing to do, because Sweden can score in a minute. So obviously, if you can get a second goal, that's not going to matter so much.
Yeah.
And also, you know, you just don't want to get into that mentality of sitting back too much, because if then Sweden do score, it's hard to then switch back to an attacking mindset.
Yes. Yeah, she's 52, the English manager.
Yeah. So not, I don't know. I mean, she was an international player, so I don't know when she exactly stopped playing, and how long she's been coaching.
Looking at this, I don't know whether she was obviously at Netherlands from 16 to 21 when she moved, obviously, to England. Before that, it's got here Den Haag from 07 to 14. I think that might have been as a player, though.
Possibly, yeah.
Let's have a look what it says there. Oh, no info available. Okay. Fair enough. Let's go to the place that never lets you down, Wikipedia. That's always a good... can be trusted, can't it? And it's half time. And we are looking at England 1, Sweden 0. How good does that sound?
Very. I was not expecting us to be leading at half time. So, yeah, really happy with that.
Huge 45 minutes in the second half, said James. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, just looking at Serena Regman here. She's managed... Oh no, she did manage Den Haag from 2007 to 2014. She was the assistant manager at Netherlands from 14 to 17. She was then interim at 2015 for the Netherlands. She then went to Young Sports Rotterdam as assistant manager, was again interim manager from 16 to 17, and she finally got the job in 17 and 21. I say, obviously now she's at England. I'm guessing this is an American team. She actually played in America, made 24 appearances for North Carolina. And she played for a national team 99 times, so not bad. Right, it is half time. We'll be looking at the first half in a bit more detail, but it is time to go and water the plants and whatever else anybody wants to do. And we'll be back probably in about 5-6 minutes.
Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And it's live.
Indeed, welcome back. Do not forget to subscribe. Leicester Till I Die TV if you are on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, get over there and give us a subscribe. And don't forget to smash those likes as well. As I always say, it helps with the old algorithms. And at my age, I need all the help I can get with those. Lou, 1-0 up. 1 foot in the final. 45 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's only 1 foot though, and that's what we need to remember.
Yeah. So we're allowed to get a little bit excited, aren't we?
No, not yet.
No, okay. I will stop getting excited then. I shall turn off the vibration on my machine, on my chair.
Yeah, I mean, that early kind of 5-10 minutes, it could have been 1 or 2 down. So they were a bit lucky there, you know, that one off the bar and stuff. But what I love about this team and what they've shown in this tournament is they never give up.
No.
They really settled into that half, and the goal was really, really well taken. Obviously, she's in great form at the moment, Beth Mead, but even so, that was just really well taken. And again, it's the calmness in front of goal that, you know, is so impressive. You know, you're playing in a semi-final in front of a home crowd, to be able to stay that calm and to just trust in the process of what you're doing is very impressive.
Oh, yeah. And it was a well taken goal. And it came at just the right time as well.
Yeah, and again, like, it just changes that that halftime team talk.
Yes.
It changes it from you can do it to you have done it, now we need to just keep it going. And I think, you know, there's things that she'll need to just get into them. Like I say, from that defensive point of view, and just to keep it a little bit better, because I did feel they gave it away a little bit too much. And obviously you don't want to keep giving it away. Sweden, because they've got good players, they'll eventually punish you for it. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. And like I said, I didn't think there would be 1-0 up at half time. I thought it would be, you know, it would either be down or it would be level. So a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Hello to Talk there, Football versus Cancer. Get over and give him a follow on Twitter, Football versus Cancer, and also subscribe on YouTube as well. It does what it says on the tin. It's a great channel, and it does do a lot for that particular charity. Together we will beat it, as they say. We'll do an England on it. Fingers crossed. So we all know somebody that's been affected by it. So let us try and give that some support. So welcome along, Talk. Thanks for popping in, mate. Just seen your channel. Nice, looking nice, mate. Yeah, I mean, it is. I think it is better than anyone could have expected, to be honest with you. I'm scared of saying something in case I jinx it. You know what I mean? But we've looked solid at the back. We've looked good going forward. It certainly hasn't been one of those games where, you know, and we have seen it recently, where one team is totally and utterly dominating. You know, I mean, was it France had 34 shots to somebody's 3 the other day? And it's like, I mean, you don't. I mean, okay, if you're a fan, you know, if you're a supporter of that particular country, then obviously you quite enjoy it. But you know, as a neutral, you know, a game like this, which is a lot more even, and they're just showing goalkeeping. She was lucky with that punch when it came off the bar, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I mean, she was left a bit open as well with that chance. So that's what I mean. But it's like anyone who wins a tournament has to have a bit of luck.
Yeah.
And maybe that was England's. Who knows? I mean, it's way too early to be talking about winning it because we're not in that final yet. But if we do get to that final, you know, it's 50-50 chance of winning it. And
yes,
you know, and they've got a player in really good form, goal scoring form, which is really important. And it's not who I thought it would be, because I thought it would be Ellen White, and it's not. It's Beth Mead, but it doesn't really matter who it is. as long as it's in it, they're in an England shirt.
Do you make changes now, or do you keep it? I mean, for me, I think you probably keep it as it is and just see how it goes. But
yeah, I think it's a little too early to be making any changes. You're not chasing the game. You're not, you're 1-0 up, not 1-0 down. So yeah, I think if it were 1-0 down, then I'd maybe say, yeah, okay, make some changes, try and mix it up. But they're not. So
yeah. No, I think we know she's not been scared of making changes. This England manager.
No, she's made big calls when it's really mattered, and when it could have cost her, in theory, a job.
Yeah.
She's made big calls, and like I say, not been afraid to make them. She knows her squad. She's it's a limited amount of time that she's actually been England manager. But she's got them working as a team. She's got them compact. She's got them, everyone on that pitch knows their job, and not just the starting 11. When people come on, they know their job too. They know what they're going to do. They know what's expected of them.
Yes,
and they all work really hard. From the front, from Ellen White, right to the back, they work hard for each other, and that can take you obviously a long way.
Yeah. I've got to play this. She's in. This is the welcome she gets whenever she comes in. Yes, you know who it is. It's her with Heathcliff the drunken dog. It is, of course, Charlotte.
Oh.
Good afternoon, Charlotte. Good evening, Charlotte. Good morning, Charlotte. Good day, Charlotte. Just covering all my bases there. You're late. I hope you got a note from your mother. England winning 1-0. And now they are kicking from right to left. Hang on, Diddy, get ready. They're taking it down to the far side, crossing it over. Oh, it's a corner. It is a corner. I'm holding on to my excitement, but I can see what it says on the screen. So I don't think I can hold it in any longer. I don't think I can. Here we go. Oh, yes. Wow, what a second. I mean, what a time to get it. Talk me through that one, Lou.
No.
And the calmest person in the whole ground, I think, there is the England manager.
Yeah. This girl's been VAR checked. I'm not sure entirely why. It's pretty obvious she's onside.
I mean, we'll always go to VAR, whatever. Ooh. Oh, I don't know, though.
She's onside.
She didn't know. I'm not so sure, because as it showed that angle, it was actually on the line.
Which
you
is
could
onside.
see a shadow line.
But if she's on the line, then it's onside.
Well, no, she looked to be. She didn't touch it, though, but then again, was she interfering with
it's been given,
the goal?
So
has it been given?
It has been given.
We love that VAR.
She was onside.
We love you, VAR. No, I've got to be honest with you. Like I said, there's a shadow that went across the pitch, like a line shadow across the pitch. And the England player did look to have a whole foot behind the Swedish player, if you like. I'm still watching people biting the nails. But it was 2-0. 2-0, everybody. What a start to the second half.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good goal. France gets up well to meet it, but I don't think the defending is particularly great for that second one.
Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, exactly. She did what she had to do, to get it on target and to get it in the net.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't believe it.
Oh, you better believe it, Victor. England 2, Sweden 0. Oh my God. 1.5 feet in there, possibly. I don't want to count my chickens too much, but
No.
the Swedish side isn't known for scoring. They haven't scored a lot of goals. And that was Lucy Bronze with an assist. Yet again, another assist, which I presume was the corner by Beth Mead.
Yeah, it was. Not the corner.
Yeah, it says here, Mead clips the corner to the back post where an unmarked Bronze is on hand to steer a clever header back across the goal and into the far corner. Think the Swedish goalkeeper will be kicking herself?
Maybe. Like I say, she's just not helped by a defence because, Bronze is literally, in a mile of space. She never should be.
Yes.
But she just, like as I said, she does what she should do, which is get it on target and get it in the net.
Yes.
I think the goalkeeper will be a bit miffed, if I'm honest. Maybe more by the defending in front of her than her own ability. But
and we're coming away again. Oh, they're making 2 substitutions. 19 and 17 are coming on. Angledal is off, the number 16, and Sager is on, the number 17. And Johansson, is it number 10, is off? Jacobson, sorry. I'm trying to read the back of his shirt then. And Canyard is the player on. Ritting Canyard, number 19. Are they attacking players, would you know?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
No.
I would have thought so. 200 down in a must-win game. I would have thought if you're going to bring on subs, they'd be attacking ones.
And don't you just love it when they get something wrong? Well, they don't get it wrong, but they post this on the website just to, like, as we kick off. Sweden are still well and truly in this game, though. And you're saying England will need a second goal today. That was after 46 minutes. And on 48 minutes, goal! To what the Swedes look, I mean, they've pulled a few people down, the Swiss. They're looking as if they are not getting a little bit desperate. That might be unfair to them, but
yeah, I mean, they've not got to get desperate from their point of view. They've just got to carry on doing what they were doing because they did cause England problems.
Yeah. Oh, Charlotte. Bronze is shining. Oh, God. So, yeah, Caroline Sager is on for Sweden. Personally, I prefer PlayStation, but there we go. I'm getting back at Charlotte for that one. She's on for a 233rd appearance. Peter Gerhardsson, the Swedish manager, had to do something. Rachel Brown Finnis, ex-England goalkeeper, says here, Lucy Bronze is one of the world's best. Big goals in big games. And Joanna Ritting Canyard is a different prospect for Rachel Daly to deal with. There are 2 players down there on the overload. Instant danger. Oh, yeah. So she's just pointing that out. 12 shots to England, 6 to Sweden.
Double the amount of shots, double the amount of goals.
Yeah, exactly. And double the amount of shots on target as well. We've got 4 on target. So I could say, dare I say that it's looking good for England?
So far, so good. I don't want to jinx it.
To be honest with you, a 3rd one would be nice. No, I don't want to be too greedy. I'm not asking for 8. I'm not even asking for 7. Oh, there's a 3rd substitution. He's really going for it now. Number 2 is coming on.
It's like you said, he's got to change it. He's got to get 3 goals, essentially.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he needs to change it. And he needs to kind of give a different thought to England at the back line. Because you know, they're going to know those players. They're going to play that half against them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, if Germany, if there will be Germany and France watching this, they're going to be a little bit worried, aren't they?
I mean, England are playing well, but I don't think either France or Germany are going to be worried about anybody, if I'm completely honest about it. But yeah, I mean, it puts down a marker of, you know, we aren't going to ever give up. You might be in 1-0 ahead, but we're going to keep trying and we're going to keep playing the way that we play. And yeah, so from that aspect, yes.
Yeah, indeed. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Leicester LTIDtv on YouTube, and smash those likes as well. England not made any substitutions. Sweden have made 3. And it all is looking good so far. What can we say? Oh, oof. Oof. Yeah, nearly spoke too soon then. What did you have for dinner tonight, Charlotte? Something posh again?
Oh,
I know. I'm guessing there's a substitution for England. White is coming off. And Russo is coming on. That's not a bad sub to have, in fairness. I am really, really worried about your moan then.
oh no, it's okay.
Oh, it's okay. Thank God for that. I'm waiting for them to score. I'm refreshing my page and I'm doing everything. England come forward down the right hand side. I think I've just seen your move there.
Should have scored. Simple as that. She should have scored that.
She should have. Oh, did she hit the post? The bar, I mean.
No, it just went over, I think.
Oh no, it did. It hit the bar.
Hit the bar.
It hit the bar. One of those where it would be, like you say, harder to miss, wouldn't you say? But
yeah,
it's just a shot across Sweden's bows there. Yes, James, indeed, it should. It should have been 3. I don't even know what that is, Charlotte. It's very posh by the sound of it. Probably something like Lancashire hot pot.
Sounds Italian.
Yes, it does. It does. I bet it's hot pot or something like that. Sausage and mash. That's what it will be. And say any food in a foreign language, it sounds better. I mean, if that had been 3, that would have been game over, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it should still be game over because England should be able to see a 2-0 lead out. But yes, 3 is kind of would have been the icing on the cake, cherry on the top.
Excuse me, I was trying to hold my machine down and I pressed it. Sardines, apparently.
Sardines.
Were you able to get them all on the plate? But it was a bit of a tight fit. Sardines, tight fit. Yeah, so I'll shut up. Back to the football. Sweden are trying to play themselves back into this game.
Yeah, and that's what they've got to do. They've got to just treat it like it's you know, they're only 1 down or, you know, it's still 0-0 and just do the right things, because if they do get a goal, that's then going to put the pressure back on England to see it out, and then, you know, anything can happen, can't it? Oh,
As I say, if they get a third, you should never say, that. Well, any lead, we've seen 3-0 leads, be taken away from teams, but you would hope at 3-0 you'd be home and dusted.
yeah. Again, like I'd expect him to see this 2-0 out, let alone 3-0.
Yes.
But yeah.
Oh, I mean, go on, get it. Oh, she played it out there a little bit short. She didn't help her teammate out there with that short pass, but then the Swede kind of loses it under her feet, and then it's given. Oh no, it's getting a bit messy there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's. I think again, it's really difficult because from England's point of view, they could quite easily get scared and not want to make a mistake and just sit back on it. They're not doing that. And from a Swedish point of view, they could be panicking, trying to get back in the game, and they're not doing that either. So both teams are doing what they need to do. England need to defend well and keep the ball when they get it, and Sweden need to get the ball and pass it and keep it when they get it. Nothing's changed in how they need to play, because the only way Sweden are going to get back in this game is if they have the ball.
Yes. But they had the ball then for quite a long time, but they just, they were passing it along, around the halfway line. So England would be quite happy for them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, again, what is it? 60. I've got 62 minutes on my clock. There's plenty of time for them to score. There's plenty of the time, for them to get back in this game. So there's no panic yet. As the game goes on, that's when the panic is going to start setting in if they don't score, if it stays 2-0. So
yeah, and if Sweden get one back, you're just thinking like, oh,
yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Again, like you say, so many times where teams have been 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go, even less than that, and not ended up winning the game. So they need to be careful. They need to sit out. They need to be match smart about things. And like I said, just keep that ball as much as humanly as possible when they've got it, and do the right things with it.
There's a corner to Sweden. Oof, God. Oh, God, I wish I got a bucket seat. I hit the side netting for a minute. I wasn't sure. From the corner. It went straight into the side netting. But Charlotte said, oh, artichoke entree. Oh, that's like a starter, I think, to you and me. Artichoke entree and cannelloni dessert. I asked for a dessert once at an Italian restaurant, and they brought me out a horse with a blindfold. I said, no, mascarpone. So they are putting up a fight here. Oh, Sweden. Watch the defender. Watch the attacker, I mean. Not that they can hear me, obviously. I just like to tell them. Thank you. I like you, Charlotte. You laugh at me jokes. I do like you. So, 2-0. 2-0. With 64 minutes on the clock now. That Russo one. It says off the bar. Russo drives down the line and sends in a dangerous cross that beats Lindahl, presenting Hemp with an open goal. However, Hemp has to stretch for it, and a close range lunge sends the ball crashing against the bar. But, 59% possession to England.
What a save.
I'm worried again. Oh,
It's a great save.
Well, I've just seen the kick off the scramble away. I think the
Wow.
save will be coming up now. Oh
Yeah.
yes, what a save!
Great
Great
save.
save. Yeah. Again, as I always say, if that had been Pickford or Schmeichel, people would have been going, or De Gea, people would have been going absolutely crazy. But that is a fantastic stop. We have seen some good goalkeeping. We've seen some awful goalkeeping, but we've seen some good goalkeeping in this tournament as well.
Yeah.
The Swedes were celebrating a little bit early.
Yeah.
Lady there with the megaphone. That's something you don't see very often. Women don't usually need a megaphone. Hey, is it another corner? Yeah, we're under a bit of pressure here, aren't we? Yeah, James, what a save it was. I say if Pickford had been going for that, James, it would have been talking about it for ages, or Ramsdale, but it was a great save. Another corner coming in. Oh, headed away. Well done, England. $13 shots to England, 8 to Sweden.
Oh, easy.
A long ball up. A hook of a cross. Swedish defender misses it completely. Oh, what a turn. What a turn by the England player. Oh! Who was that for England? It's not gone out. Oh, and it's crossed all the way over. That was a good bit of play by England.
Yes!
I don't know who it was, but I think we might be seeing something else in a second. My feed keeps going backwards. Keeps refreshing and going back. I think we can see what has happened on the graphic. I'm waiting for it to happen here. Will you stop doing that? Honestly, it keeps reversing. Twisted England. What a ball. What a ball through. Cross in. Oh, it was a save. I've still not seen it. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal, Russo! Well, that's a cheeky bloody goal if ever I have seen one. That is unbelievable.
Well, I don't believe it.
Oh, what a goal, the Lou.
Yeah, really cheeky. I mean, it was unlucky from the goalkeeper. It obviously went through her legs, but yeah. We'll settle down now. Just enjoy this last
3-0,
minutes.
everybody. Just let that sink in. 3-0. And you're not telling me that anybody out there didn't cheer that as much as any England men's goal. Russo on the 68th minute. The Swedish goalkeeper swearing. Should the Swedish goalkeeper have done better there, Lou?
I don't think so. I just don't think she was expecting, obviously, it to come to her. And it goes through her legs. I think it's just one of those unlucky situations, really, for the goalkeeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're on our way to Wembley. Yes, we are. Never seen a back heeling before, says Charlotte. Such a cheeky finish. I tell you what, though, when things are going your way, things just go your way.
Yeah, and she's kind of had that in, you know, in the tournament as a whole. She's come on and scored, you know, 4 goals in 5 matches now. So again,
Yes.
she's in a great goal scoring form, which is exactly what you want for your substitutes.
Yes.
And if anything, maybe she's, you know, pushing for a start in the final. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? But at the moment, she's the super sub. And as you might have said before they scored that
And
goal.
now for something completely different.
Yes. Oh. I think none of us expected that.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
There's, like you say, feet up. David's off, but I'm off to pick my uncle up from the airport. See you tomorrow. Good night. Good night, David. Thanks for popping in. Drive carefully, and I hope your uncle has had a safe and pleasant flight. We'll see you tomorrow. So 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. We are 20 minutes away from being at Wembley on Sunday. And I'm sorry, I know it's Seville we're playing, but we've played them before, Leicester. We haven't got any new players to watch. I am watching the final. I think you are as well, aren't you, Lou?
Yes, I'm not. I haven't watched any of Leicester pre-season, to be honest. I don't. It's, to me, it's just like watching a gym class.
Yes,
just because that's all it is. It's to get fit, and obviously that's important.
We've seen players like Pratt and Tielemans. Tielemans being given the captain's armband. Pratt playing brilliantly, knowing that, you know, we know that we're going to lose him. Oh, you know, it's like, what is the point? But no, this is going to be an England final that I will be watching. Now, it's up to you, Lou. You know, if you want to watch it and enjoy it and not do a watch along, I will totally understand.
I'll have to let you know.
Yes.
Because there's a very, very small possibility I might be working.
Oh no! Come on, it's a bad cough. I'm sure I heard a bad cough then, Lou. Well, do let me know. But obviously, if you want to watch it, I totally, you know, and not have, you know, just sit there and enjoy it. I will totally understand. I will totally understand.
Well, if I'm not working, I will definitely be watching it one way or the other.
Well, let me know. Like I say, whichever way you want to. Don't worry, you know, as I say, it's totally understandable. How was the hen night talking nights out on Friday? Can you remember it?
Yeah, I was the relatively sober one. I wasn't sober, but I wasn't as drunk as the rest of them were.
No. You can't stay sober on a hen or stag night, can you? That's the thing. Oop.
Well, we went to Bistro Live, and
right.
we did the posher package. So we got quite a lot of drinks free, and then obviously we brought some as well.
Yeah.
But I was sharing drugs with my friend.
And we didn't hear that, children.
Quicker than I did. Drinks quicker than I do. So I ended up having like half of my half left while she was buying the next one.
Right, yeah. I was just saying, and I didn't expect you to reply to me when I sent you a message. Oh, 28,624.
Nice.
I don't know what the at Bramall Lane. I don't know what the actual Bramall Lane. Just wondering what the capacity is there. So Bramall Lane, the capacity is 32,050. So that, to say that it's on telly as well, live, that is a great turnout for the ladies.
Indeed.
I mean, obviously there'll be a lot of Swedes there, but Yeah, no, so I sent you a message. Didn't expect you to reply. You did, which I was thinking, oh, but I was saying about Monday nights next season.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to do both shows? Or would you
Mm-hmm.
prefer to just do? You all right doing both
No,
shows?
yeah,
Brilliant.
both. Obviously, it'd be
Brilliant.
work dependent, but
Well, of course, everything, work and family. Obviously, that is always
well,
comes
I'll know
first.
I know 4 weeks in advance, so I'll be able to
Yeah.
let you know plenty of time so you can get
Oh,
somebody else. So
that's fine. Yeah. Well, Monday night's going to be our new review night, not preview, review night on Leicester LTIDtv at 7:00. There'll be yourself, me, and was going to be John, but he's not got back to me, so I don't know what's going on there. Now, I guess we've scored because I can't see you getting excited about Sweden making another double change. Yeah, excited, but and even Charlotte's getting excited.
Well.
Even Charlotte
great goal as well.
Getting excited. Here we go. You know what's coming. Is that 4-0?
That's 4-0.
Wow. What a long shot. What was the goalkeeper doing there? I'm sorry. Kirby. She's cleaning up, isn't she? Kirby, cleaning up. Yeah. What a shot, though. Like I said earlier, when things are going right for you, boy, are they going right. Let's just look at this. Oh, she ran through the defence, shot. The goalkeeper could only parry it into the goal. Now, the goalkeeper has got to be disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think so. And, I don't think they deserve to lose 4-0 either. I don't think Sweden have been bad enough in this whole game as a whole to be losing 4-0. So I think that'll be a bit kind of a gut punch for them. But
yeah,
from a point of view, it's all great.
Yeah, and I think, she'll look at that, and had she been further back, she might have been able to push it over, but it's all ifs, buts, and maybes. It is England 4, Sweden 0. I did not expect this from them at all, James. I did not. When we're all going 2-0, 3-1s, 2-0s. Nobody went for 4-0. Oh, that guy needs to put a bit of weight on. Nobody thought that you can have some of mine, I'll tell you. Nobody saw this happening, I don't think, in their wildest dreams. But Bjorn is playing for Sweden, and as Bjorn from ABBA might say, the winner takes it all. Come on, please. I've held off on the ABBA jokes until the 78th minute. Winner takes it all when we are 4-0 up. Wow, what? Come on. I think I deserve this. Thank you. Thank you. Tunes on. Should we replace the goal scorer?
Yes.
And I thought, yeah. Score a goal, you get taken off. How good's that? Tune is on. And I won't say my normal joke for that. But I think Sweden are definitely facing the Waterloo here. But I suppose the England manager has looked at who's just come on. Toon has just looked at Toon and thought, yeah, I'll take a chance on you. You're just ignoring me now, aren't you? I get this. My jokes are that bad. Oh, God. Do you know what? The English players, they've all been super troopers, haven't they?
Indeed.
Yeah, Charlotte, mamma mia, I know. I'm sorry. They've released a lot of the singles. But then again, I suppose the Swedes have watched this slipping through their fingers. Do you want me to stop? Please. Oh, yeah. I tell you what. 4-0. Well done, ladies. This isn't a 4-0 game. In fact, like you said, in fairness to the Swedes, but you know, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, England are not going to be bothered when they go to sleep tonight that whether they, deserve to win by 4 or not. The fact is they have done.
And there could be 5.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 minutes to go. It could be a couple more if I'm honest. But
yeah,
I don't
that was nearly an own goal.
I don't think the Swedes deserved that, but at the same time, it's the ruthlessness. They're not happy with 1-0. They're not happy with 2-0. They're not happy with 3.
Yes.
And they're going to keep going forward, trying to score. And
yes,
that's great to watch, especially as an England fan. But that's great for the neutrals to watch as well.
It is. And I've got to be honest with you, I have a dream that we're going to win this. Oh. So, number 7. I think even Charlotte's getting fed up with me. Have a beer, Charlotte. Her jokes will seem funnier. There's a corner. It's a long corner. Headed back in, headed out. Straight to an England player. I mean, just take it easy, England. Don't do anything stupid. 4's good, 5 and etc. is brilliant, but let's just.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter now, even if they do get a goal against them. But obviously, they don't want that.
No.
And I think that back line especially takes pride in getting clean sheets. From goalkeeper, to back line, they take pride in getting clean sheets. That's what they're there to do. So they won't want to give a goal up. And the story of the game it's not going to make a lot of difference if they let 2 in now, is it? You know what I mean?
It's not. It's not indeed. I mean, I had heard that our defence was being sponsored by Andrex because we're keeping clean sheets. Oh, sorry, that one was bad. I don't know. How can you resist, Charlotte? You've got to join in. Just the way old friends do, I guess. I mean, 4 years ago, we got to this stage. Was the dreaded Phil Neville in charge at that point?
Yes.
It would have been because it was 2006. When was it that she took over as England manager? It was only last year, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, 2021. So it would have been Phil Neville. So there's a certain level that we as England, should get to, but it is making that, extra level. And this manager just seems to know what to do, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, Izzy Christiansen, England midfielder on Radio 5, was saying it could actually get embarrassing for Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, arguably it already is. 4-0.
Yeah.
It's not what they would have expected the game to be. With their pedigree in the women's game and their pedigree in this tournament, they will have expected it to at least been, not necessarily to win, but to be obviously a lot closer than 4-0. So
yes. I'm just looking here at England's record. Previous Euro semi-finals. We've been here 5 times in the Euros. We beat Denmark 3-1 over 2 legs in 1984, which I think was the first one. We lost to Sweden, as we said earlier, in 87, 3-2. We lost 6-2 to Germany in 94. That was probably less spoken about, the better. In 2009, we beat the Netherlands 2-1. And in 2017, the Netherlands beat us on the way to winning it 3-0. I mean, Sweden, they're still going for it.
Yeah, what do you do when you're 4-0 down? Like, it has to be demoralising to be 4-0 down with, minutes to go. I guess so. Like,
the raft of England players coming on now. 3. Beth Mead's going off. She's done what she needed to do. Quite rightly, getting a standing ovation.
Yeah, she'll rest up for that final now.
Yeah. And she's being replaced by Kelly. And number 10 is coming off, Stanway. And she is going to be replaced by Scott. And then finally, the referee's saying, get on with it. She's pushing the referee's hand away. Daly is coming off. And Greenwood is coming on. Oh, I mean, Charlotte, can I just say, I thought a joke for that, and even I didn't go there, but Kelly has her eye in. That's not even worth a whack, whack, whack. I'm sorry. So we're less than 3 minutes in here. 4-0 to England. What a performance. And I'll tell you what, she hardly cracks a smile. Is she going to actually smile at our manager?
I think when that whistle goes, she might, yeah.
Yes. I think she might. England throw in on the near side. I mean, the Swedes were just not expecting this.
No, again, it could have been so different. If those shots had, gone in, in the beginning of the game, obviously that would have made a huge difference. We could be sitting here on the wrong end of a 4-0 rather than the right end. But
yeah,
I can't criticise too much.
Not at all.
That first probably 15 minutes, I would say, I thought Sweden were the better side, but the rest of the game been pretty even, to be fair, I think. But England have just been more clinical in front of goal and scored.
Yeah. Don't forget, please, if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube. And also remember to smash those likes. It does help. Thank you very much. I don't know why my Fire Stick keeps doing that, but it plays a bit, then it will suddenly repeat that last bit. Like, oh, so annoying. 88 minutes. I don't think there's any doubt here that we're going to go through.
No doubt about going through, but just again, would love to keep that clean sheet.
It's just...
Oh!
Was that an England miss or a Swedish goal, I wonder? I'm hoping it's an English miss by the look of it. That said, it's still down the other end. Oh, yes. Wow, that took the paint off the post, didn't it? That was very close. There is 3 minutes of stoppage time. And I guess, and I'm going to say it because I always do, you'd be disappointed if I didn't. If we got the turtles on, we would be having 3 minutes of ninjury time. Look, you know, it's my thing. Oh my God, yeah, that was close. That was close. She was unlucky, Russo, there.
Yes, very.
So unless they can get 4 goals in 2.5 minutes, it's difficult to say. I can't even say that Sweden have been disappointing. They're saying England is so desperate to hang on to their clean sheet. Yes, they are indeed. And quite rightly as well. She's got an elastic band round her head there. Oh, come on, England. Lovely move. Oh, a shot now. You're just taking the wee now. If you shoot it from that far out and hoping it's going to go in, you literally are taking the wee. So we're coming up to 2 minutes of the 3 extra minutes have been played. And it's just a wonderful performance. Sweden are still attacking, bless them. And they're still having a go. Yeah. Oh, straight over, well collected by who does what we call does a Pickford and falls on the ball.
Yeah.
Waving everybody up. Get up, she says. Get up. As in, get up the field. Oh, yep, she's smiling there. She is smiling, the England manager. We are 20. It's over. It is over. It is all over. Indeed. I wish I had a bigger whistle, but there we go. I've got to say.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Oh, my God. Oh, let us get this. It's still going on, but it has gone over. There's no point. England arms up now that it's over on the telly. She's done an amazing job. The congratulations from the Swedish manager. I don't think he knows what's hit them, to be honest with you. Wow, just wow, just wow. I mean, 4-0. I mean, you know, it was Mead after 34, and we were surprised at that. Bronze after 48, just after the start of the second half. We were surprised at that. Russo came on at 68, and Kirby rounded it off on 77. They are in tears. Ellen White is in absolute tears. And who can blame her? Who can blame her? They should be proud.
Win the final?
Sorry?
What's she going to be like if you win the final?
Exactly. Red Imp, good evening. Good evening. It's coming home. Well, it feels like it. It feels like well done to England, says James. I'm sure that means something that it's finished from in Italian for Charlotte. Oh, I mean, yeah, the English player. I mean, yeah, she's smiling. The English manager, Beth Mead, doing the fists in the air, saying "Come on" to the goalie. So they do is the Terminator. I mean, it's wonderful scenes here. You have to a point, I suppose, got to feel for the Swedish.
Yeah, they didn't deserve to lose by as many as they did, but England took the chances and Sweden didn't, and that's, I think, probably kind of the story of the game, to be honest.
Yes, I mean, I suppose. I mean, let's just have a look at it here. I mean, Germany, they won all 3 games. France won 2 of the group games, and then obviously they've won it since then. But I don't know, England have just looked so consistent.
Yeah, and you know how they're going to play. You pretty much know when the substitutions are going to come on. Bar like 5 minutes. And yeah, the results have come with it. And when she makes the substitutions, they're attacking substitutions.
Yeah.
She leaves that back line alone. Like, she doesn't make substitutions in that back line to give it consistency. They're working so hard for each other.
Yes. Yes.
And just I can't.
Yeah. I mean, enjoy the pool, Charlotte. Don't get too wet. They're dancing now. They're dancing. So, I mean, I look at that and it just, as I say, I don't. If I was Germany or I was France, I would be watching that tonight. And yes, Sweden didn't deserve 4-0, but it was 4-0. James, you're off. Goodbye. Thank you very much for popping in. Cheers, Chris and Louise. Big up to you both. See you all again. But they must be watching that and thinking, oh my God. And this is the home team as well. This is the team that is going to make sure that we've got, the fans behind us. They'll be bringing the fans in. Wembley, whether it will be a sellout or not, I don't know. But it won't be far off, will it?
I would have thought so. I mean, these games have been really well supported, so I would not be surprised if Wembley is a sellout. It was for the first game. Yeah, Old Trafford was for the first game, so I don't see why this final won't be a sellout, whoever it ends up being against.
No. Ras says Karius was in goal for Sweden. I was reading about him recently. I think he's really gone downhill. Again, I don't know what that says, that Charlotte is in Italian, so I'm not going to put it up, but good night. Thank you for watching. I mean, when, again, let's be honest, like I say, stats don't mean sweet FA. The main stat is the first stat, which is 4 goals for England, none for Sweden. 60% is near as damn it for England on possession, 17 shots, but Sweden had 12, so they came back in it. 8 on target for us, 3 for Sweden. They're in a huddle now in the middle of the pitch. She's just got that team playing so well. They're doing the jumping up and down bit, and so they should. They should enjoy every minute of this. It's not quite as good as the one Leicester did at after the FA Cup win. That was a better huddle, but we'll give it to them. They deserve everything. They've given their all. They've come off, like you say, they've played as a team, haven't they?
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. They've been the best they could be. They've won every game. You don't get better than that in the tournament. They've won every game they've played in. And obviously, we hope that continues. But I kind of feel like what it's done for the game is beyond belief. Like, having a home tournament, people actually watching as well, because that didn't happen, the last time we had it.
Yeah.
And just. Yeah.
I mean, Ellen White, she's smiling. It doesn't matter whether player A or player B scores, as long as someone is in. Or they're interviewing Beth Mead now. Look at her; she can't not have a smile on her face.
And the thing is, you can't underestimate what Ellen White does and the space she gives
yes,
other players, taking defenders with her because they know if they don't go with her, then she'll score. So,
yes,
yeah, it really doesn't matter who scores the goals. As long as they're in that England shirt, it really doesn't matter.
yeah. And, you look at this team and you say, right, you can't pick a player of the match because they play as one. Yes, you can say, Russo got a goal or some or whatever. Beth Mead's got the goals the other day, but it's the team, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I said, they work so hard for each other. There is kind of players covering all the time, and that is good and bad because you don't want them covering. You want, you don't want to have to cover in your defence, but when it's needed, they do it. And I want to give a shout out to Millie Bright because she was great again with the covering again today.
Yes.
From up front, obviously works so hard for each other, and the passing so crisp.
Yes,
And,
it is.
The crosses they get in to Ellen White and to Russo when she comes on. Kirby obviously sitting behind. It's just really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Ras says here, and I'm not sure, Ellen White should be dropped for Russo. You've just said it there, haven't you? It's what she brings to the game. And you've always got to start with Ellen White, I think.
Yeah, for me, yeah, I think so. I think it would be, even for our manager, a really big call to drop Ellen White. She can score goals. She's the Jamie Vardy of the England squad, if you like.
Yeah.
She sits on that shoulder, and the balls that they put through to her. She hasn't had the best tournament goal scoring wise, but again, it's what she does off the ball, as she takes players with her, defenders with her, because they know they can't leave her. And it only takes that one time. Yeah, it only takes that one time where she, that defense isn't quite on it and she's onside, and she will get a goal. So I don't think they'll drop. She'll drop Ellen White, but if she does, I can't disagree with it too much.
She can't argue with anything, can you? She does.
No, she's made the right decisions the whole tournament, and Russo has scored 4 goals in 5 games, so she's arguably in better goal scoring form than Ellen White. But I think Ellen White will start.
Yeah, I do as well. I do. They've just shown then, and this to me sums the tournament up. There's a little girl, and I think she had a scarf on, her English fan, and she was about 10, I'd say, and she was just jumping up and down with Lee in the stands. And you're thinking, yeah, that's what it does. It brings a feel-good factor to the country as a whole. I think because we've had no distractions, as in, we've not had the World Cup in the summer or anything like that, we've been able to sort of just concentrate on this. And again, I don't agree with it, but I think had we had a summer World Cup, this would have probably got pushed down the channels and what have you.
1,000%.
And I think it's and we would have missed what has been a fantastic display of football. Yes, we've got there to the final.
There's a reason that the women's tournaments aren't usually the same year as the men's. There is reason for that. Obviously, they want to give the women their moment in the spotlight, as they should. It's only because of COVID that we've got these 2 tournaments back. So, there's that. So I don't doubt that for a minute. And to be fair, it's really difficult for me as a woman and somebody who follows the women's game to kind of argue with that, because the standard is not as good in the women's game. But there's reasons for that. A lot of football associations don't put money into the women's game. Now, England haven't, up until the last kind of 5 or 6 years, given players contracts. Now, that's only just happening for England. So the littler countries that have less money going to their FAs aren't going to give it to the women. And that's something that needs to be looked at, I think, by UEFA and FIFA. To help these littler countries get a better standard, because then that pushes the bigger countries to get better again, You know, if you're not winning, then that's a reason to get better. Whereas, 20-0 against Latvia there's not any kind of reason to get better there. You're already winning 20-0. So, I think it's the little countries that need the help.
Yes.
And I think that obviously has to come from FIFA.
Well, let me just say, let me just remind you about your predictions, because in the quarterfinals, the way your predictions worked out, you had England playing Spain, with England winning. You did have Germany playing Norway, so you were a little bit out on that one.
Yeah.
But England Spain was spot on, and then it was in the semi-finals. You believe it or not, you had England versus Sweden, and you picked England to win. And in the semi-final, believe it or not, you had Germany versus France. So you took it a bit of a different route, but you got to the final 4 teams. As we like to say, you took the scenic route. But
I took the scenic route, yeah.
So I know you were thinking, like, oh, I don't think I've done well. You've got it spot on there, Lou. You've got it spot on.
And I still back France to beat Germany as well. France to beat Germany. I think France have just got that extra legs, and I think they'll beat Germany tomorrow.
And who would you sooner face, Germany or France? Would you sooner face France?
No, I don't actually think I would. I think I'd prefer to go against Germany, because I think France are the stronger side. But then it just puts a whole extra pressure, doesn't it, on the England side if we're playing Germany.
Well, of course,
so
yes, yeah.
I guess
Whatever age group, sex, or whatever, if it's England, Germany, it's always going to have that ring to it. I'm just looking here as well. So Sweden were number 2, France are number 3 in the world, and Germany number 5. So that's going to be very interesting tomorrow. Lou, as always, it's been great to have you on. Thank you so much for that. You're the lucky charm. Make sure that cough does not get better before Sunday. Before that, we are covering, what is still the English Super Cup, or the English Super Shield. It will convert back after Saturday to the Community Shield, because Leicester will no longer be holding it. And it just becomes a shield now, of course, because we've won it. It's the Super Cup. That's coming live from Leicester. Man City versus Liverpool, and I'll be going to watch along with that with a Liverpool fan, so that could get interesting. And then on Sunday, fingers crossed, like I say, let me know what you want to do, Lou, because like I say, even if you're not working and you just want to sit and enjoy it with family, your boyfriend, whatever, I totally understand.
Have you got someone to watch with you tomorrow?
I have, yes. But do you want to join us?
I might do, yeah, because I'm not at work tomorrow.
That's fine. I will go off and do the gap for 3. So we can have 3 on. Brilliant. Let me know anyway. Let me know what you're doing. Yeah, brilliant.
I will do.
All right then, Luke. Thanks very much. Take care. Stay safe. See you tomorrow, possibly.
Possibly tomorrow, if not Sunday, hopefully.
If not, one of the 2. Thank you very much. Yeah. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Come on, England. Oh, there we go. Lou, as always, knowledge of the women's game is second to none. And I say next season, starting mid-September, when the WSL kicks off, Monday night is review night, and that is going to be the English Premier League at 7 and the Women's Super League at 9. So 2 review nights. We're going to be doing that every week then throughout the WSL season with Maisie from Devils United TV, who is also a big fan of women's football, and also obviously Lou there on that. And on the one before, the Premier one, we will be doing that with Lou and possibly John Sinclair, who you may remember used to work locally in Leicester. Last time, guys, please, if you haven't already and you are thinking of getting an England shirt, a retro shirt, a continental teams shirt, a Premier League shirts, even some Champions League shirts. Please, would you go out and check out these guys? And I'm talking slowly because I'm trying to find it, and I have to. So England are there. Who are we going to be playing? Germany or France? Lou thinks it's going to be France. The form says France. I mean, that back heel. Oh, I'm sorry, but that back heel off Russo. What a cheeky shot. Again, I say, if Messi did that or Ronaldo, we would be going absolutely bananas. Talk about going bananas. I'm going to go not bananas in pajamas, but going to get ready for tomorrow night. Germany, France. We're going to be back here 7:45 tomorrow. A little bit late because it's not the England kickoff. But thank you very much indeed. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you've been listening, thank you very much as always. We just appreciate it. We appreciate you joining in, and if you've been in on the chat as well, Mike. Good evening, sir. How are you? I bet there's a bit of fun there on Turf's channel. I bet he was enjoying that. He's not used to seeing winning teams, is he? Poor Dan. He's not here. We can take the piss. But Germany are on another level. Yeah, they are, Ras. But I can say Germany and France. I've got to be honest with you. I think we're probably going to be seeing. I think Germany have played slightly better than France. You know, Germany have soaked up some of the pressure. You know, France. I just think France have been lucky in. I mean, no, they weren't lucky in the 5-1. Obviously, that goes without saying. But you know, if we look at the, let's have a look at some the games. Where were we? Matches. We did look at the groups earlier. Let's just have a look. Matches. That's all England. I thought I could just quickly get it up, but I'm not sure I can. No, it's not letting me. It's not letting me. But look, we're going to be back 7:45 tomorrow with Doug and possibly with Lou as well. Have a great time, or have a great what's left of the day. We are at Wembley, England again. This time it's the Lionesses. Last time it was the men. The Lions, they roared, but they didn't quite do it. Will the Lionesses roar? Take them over the line. Thank you to everybody who was watching and listening. Really do appreciate it. Like I say, please subscribe if you haven't done on the YouTube channel, Leicester Till I Die TV, and please smash those likes as well. And I will see you all tomorrow, and with Doug and possibly Lou. Take care, stay safe, have a good rest of the night. Don't do anything I wouldn't enjoy. Goodbye now.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye, and see you next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like the door. I'll be back.
Cool. I'm out of here. Ooh, that's a wrap.